So let's just assume, right? Let's just assume we drew a box here, okay? And then this is a box we drew in a drawing software, any drawing software. And then out here, this is what the 3D printer made for us, okay? They are the same, okay? What happens in between here? What goes on in between here? That's the work of the software we are going to install today, okay? Now what happens in here is that basically this software here is going to take the drawing you drew, right? And what he is going to do is he's going to slice it into many layers, okay? So think of this box being cut just like that, right? Okay, now what your 3D printer did here is that take these instructions as given here and then stick them together to give you the actual design again. So this software, in between these two things, what happens here is your file gets cut into several layers, and fortunately after it's been cut, it's automatically turned into a code that your 3D printer can now understand. So this is our work today. Let's install this software. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and open our browsers. Any browser you use, I use Chrome, so I'll open that. And right in here, we are going to type Prusa Slicer. So the general name for these softwares are called slicers, okay? But the specific one we are downloading today is the Prusa Slicer. Why? I think it is much easier and very intuitive for a beginner also. So let's choose that one. So type it there and then search for it. Unfortunately, we have it as the first one right here. So we're going to click the first link you see, and then wait till it opens. Okay, this is how it looks like. So here there are other options. There's installation for Windows, Mac, or Linux. So whichever system you're on, you can download it. Now I already have this software, so I'm not going to download it again. But for you, if you're installing first time, here's the button here, download for Windows if you're using Windows. So click it, download it, and let's continue with it. Okay, so we are going to go through the installation process. We have downloaded the software. It's in the downloads right there. Okay, so we are going to do the installation real quick. Double click it and let it open. Okay, good. Yes. English. Select your language, whichever language you understand here. Select it and then click OK. Now next, install. So we wait this to finish the installation, and then we can open the app and see how it goes. Okay, now we are done. Click finish. This will automatically launch the software. So yeah, there we go. Very nice interface, right? We're waiting. Okay, now this is it. A window is going to pop up. That's where we are going to do the initial settings there. Okay, here's the window that popped up. This is what you're going to do. You're going to click next. Okay, and then I think my network, is either my network or the system is slow. Okay, there is this account here. You can create an account, it's up to you. We are not going to do that in this video, so click next again. All right, now we don't need all of these things that are selected here. We don't need the first one. This is the printers of this software. You know, this is a brand called Prusa that owns this software, right? But it is free, everyone can use it. So these The first one is the settings for their printers. We are not using their printers, we are using our printers. The second one, we don't need it. The last one, we don't need it. It's a different kind of 3D printers. What we are concerned about is the third one, the order, which is printers by other vendors. Okay, so now we are going to click next, and we're going to wait it to download a few stuff, and then we can continue. All right, I think that's finished. We're going to wait it a bit. It's not responding now, so let's be a little bit patient and see what happens. Good. So now these are the options that we are presented here. These are kind of profiles of other 3D printers. So all of these are other 3D printer brands, but we are not in this list. We are not using this. We are using our own brand, okay, which is Ubuntu Tiny. So we don't care about this. Okay, so we are going to select custom printer. Right under this is other FFF. Right under it we have custom printer. Okay, once that is done, okay, we have my settings. We're going to leave this name for now, and then we are going to click next, and now it's going to ask us the firmware type. We're going to select Marlin. Ubuntu, we designed Ubuntu around the Marlin software firmware, so select Marlin 2 and then click next. Okay, it's asking us about the bed size. Okay, on Ubuntu our bed size is 215 by 215, so Y is also 215 millimeters. Okay, the origin is at 00. Leave it, don't change anything there, and then click next. By the way, this is your bed size. This is the flat surface on which you print on. Okay, how big it is. So we click next. The print height, this is how tall the printer can print. Okay, on Ubuntu we can print up to 220 millimeters. Okay, so 220 millimeters, that's 22 centimeters. Don't put anything bigger than that. It's mainly made for 220 millimeters. Now click next. This is default values. You're going to leave this as it is. 0.4 nozzle diameter. So the nozzle diameter is, when you are printing, you are melting the plastic, and the melted plastic comes out through a certain hole, which is the nozzle. So what is the size of that nozzle? Because there are other sizes available. On Ubuntu we go with the default one, which is 0.4, so just leave it. And the filament diameter, this is your plastic material you're using. What is the diameter of it? There are 3 millimeters, there are other sizes, but we use the standard one, which is 1.75 millimeters. So that is good, don't touch it, click next. The temperature, we will not spend time on it at this point. Later on we will fix all of that. So temperature and nozzle, just leave it for now. Click next. We don't need this, click next. Automatic updates, that is good, all of them are checked, click next. And download path, that's good with me. You can change it if you don't want it. You can change it to any directory you want. I'll click next. Click next. No, I don't want to check any of these. Click next. Alright, this part we need to move from simple to expert. So put it on expert. In expert there are a lot of things, cool features that suit Ubuntu Tiny's operation. So we are going to use expert mode. Once that is selected, finish. Alright, it will install a few profiles and then we move on. Okay. Alright, seems like that is done. Wait a bit. So alright, we got it. So this is the interface. This is how it looks like. So this is where you're going to be preparing your files and getting ready to print them. But we need to take care of some settings. Okay, we need to take care of some settings. On the top here there is platter or plater, whichever way you say it. There's print settings, there is filaments, and there is printers. We are starting from the printers tab. Okay, under the printers tab there is general, and then in the general we will see extruders. On Ubuntu we have two extruders, the thing that pulls the plastic. That's why Ubuntu can do two colors, right? So we have two, so we have to change this number to 2. All right, that is cool. Once we are done with that, what we want to do is check this thing here. Okay, single extruder multi-material. Okay, wait a minute, I think, okay, so it took some time to load itself. So the extruders, you choose 2, and the second option, single extruder multi-material. Check this button here. Okay, put it under check, and then remember, save it. Okay, now we have on the left, you can see we have extruder 1, extruder 2. So extruder 1 will be associated with one color, one plastic, and extruder 2 will be associated with another plastic. For that reason, we need to configure this. So if you click extruder 1, my system is taking a bit longer to load, but anyways, we got it. Okay, let's go back to the platter first. On the left here we have a tab here. We have the print settings, we have filament, and we have printer. All right, what we are going to do is we are going to configure the filament section part. Filament is the same as plastic. Okay, it's the same as plastic. So on the far right corner we can see the setting icon there. Click it, click edit preset. Okay, so now you can see here we have extruder 1, extruder 2. You're going to go with extruder 1 first. The first part is the color. You can change the color of the plastic you're using, right? So maybe I'll go with red color. I select red and then okay, so now the color is changed. Now the temperature. So you see there are different types of plastic. The two common ones, let's start with those one is PLA, one is PETG. PLA is quite softer and PETG is quite harder. So PLA print at a lower temperature, PETG print at a higher temperature. For this case, I'm just going to assume we are using PETG, right? So this is the nozzle temperature. At what temperature does our plastic melt? For PETG, I choose to go with 230 degrees. And don't worry about this number. This number is going to be written on the plastic you buy. So you can choose the number you want for this. And if it is too hot, you can reduce it at any point in time. If it is too cold, you can increase it at any point in time while you are printing. So this is not a big worry. So first layer 230, and other layers the same 230, right? And here's the second part, is the bed. Okay, the bed is when you are printing, you need to set a certain temperature for the surface on which you are printing so that there's better adhesion. Some plastic will stick very well if you give it a bit of heat on the surface. So for PETG, I like to go at 80 degrees, and I'll do the same thing for the other layers, 80 degrees. So basically we have finished the setting for the extruder 1. We are going to save that. Okay, we are going to save that, and then saving that, we are going to name it differently. We are going to call it extruder, wait, what did I do? Extruder 1. So that's my first extruder. It is a red color, right? And then save it. Good. Yes, it's saved. Now we are going to click again and select the extruder 2. Now extruder 2, what color are we giving it? Maybe our plastic is white, so we choose white and click OK. So now our color is now white. The same thing for here. I'm assuming it's a PETG plastic. So 230, PETG melt at hotter temperature. So 230 is, I'll use that. And then for the other layers, same also 230. The bed, remember, is the same because the same kind of plastic, PETG. It doesn't matter the color. because they are the same type, they can use the same parameters. I've set this also to 80. We are good. Now save it and give it a different name. So this is our extruder 2. Remember that. Extruder 2. You can give it a name 1, 2, whichever name you want. I just chose extruder 1, extruder 2. And then click OK. Good. Now if we go back to the platter or plater, whichever way you get it. Now we can see it is changed. We have extruder 1, extruder 2. That is good. There are other settings we have to change. For example, let's go back to our printers tab. Printer. Okay, so this is the actual printer, your printer itself. We can change the name of it, right? All we have to do is just act like we are saving something. Save and then change the name. I'll give it a name Ubuntu Tiny because that's the name of our machine, right? And click OK. So now our printer is called Ubuntu Tiny, right? Ubuntu is using two colors, and so we need to give it some codes. For example, the two change. When you're printing two colors and it has to change from one color to the other, how does it go about it? So we have to fix all these things. And don't worry, we have written all the code for you. All you have to do is copy and paste. So under the printers tab, you're going to select custom G code. Okay, in here you can see this space here. Delete whatever is in here and open this file. We will add this to the printer in case you get one. This is the code, right? This is the start G code. So all you have to do is copy the start G code up to here. Control C, copy it, and then paste it in the start G code section. Again, you don't have to worry about what this code is all about. Later on along the way, we will explain everything to you. But if you're curious, you can ask and we will do that quick for you. Okay, so this is the start G code. Basically is a few commands your printer is going to go through before every start of a design. And this is the end G code, as the name suggests. After your printer is finished printing, what it does a few things, right? So that's the end G code. Again, delete whatever is in the end G code and then copy again from the file. This is the NG code section, right? So we're going to copy whatever is in the NG code is up to here. Control C. We will go back and paste it. Control V. So that's our NG code. We are done with it. The last important one is the tool change G code. This guy right here. This code is what supervises the color changes anytime we are switching from one color to the other. Again, go back to your file. This is the tool change G code. That's the last part. Copy everything. It's quite longer. Copy it and then paste it right here in the tool change. Control V. There you go. So now you are done. Save it. Don't forget to save it. Save it. Okay. The last thing I want us to check is under machine limits. So under printers, go to machine limits. Okay, machine limit. Good. Now this one is not really necessary, okay, because in the firmware we have already fixed this stuff. But for here, why do you need it? You need it because when you bring in your file to design, to print, you want to have an estimation of how long it's going to take. And how long, the time you're going to get, the estimate you're going to get is based on these values here, how fast your printer is. So it is better, it's necessary we set these things so that we always get a clue of how long our print job is going to take, right? On Ubuntu, maximum feed rate X, this is set as 200. So change it to 200. Y, change it to 200. Z, change it to 6. And E, change it to 36. Okay, change it to 36. Now you are not making up these numbers. These are things we have set for the machine, so put it exactly as we put it. Okay, now we come to the acceleration section. Ubuntu is configured for 1300 millimeters per second square, so change x to 1300, y to 1300, z is 100. Okay, now for the e, leave it like that. E is the same one. And then for travel moves, this is the last part here, travel moves, this is set to 2000. The same for the acceleration when retracting, maximum acceleration when retracting, that's also 2000. Okay, now we come to the last part here, jerk. On Ubuntu is 8, change it to 8. Jerk y, change it to 8. Okay, jerk c is 0.3 and e is 5. So there you go. Once you're done with this, save it. Don't forget, save this. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, see, we are done. These are the basic ones we need to start printing. In the next video, we are going to do an actual print. This video has already gotten too long. Okay, so we will leave it here, and just know this is the important part. You've done the important part. The coming ones are just you bringing in your model and then preparing it and then ready to print. So in the part 2 of this video, we are going to actually do something real. We are going to print. We are going to bring our design here and then do some basic slicing. Okay, it's not difficult. It's not difficult. You are done. Copy, just follow whatever we did here and you are good to go. All right, we are done. See you in the next video.